this is DragonFeather, and I'm here to do a video on drugs in paganism, or drugs in spirituality, more specifically. A lot of people have been asking me my personal opinion on using certain drugs, such as shamanic drugs and natural drugs like marijuana and magic mushrooms, in their spiritual practices, and what I think about it. First and foremost, in no way am I telling you guys to do these drugs. In no way am I saying that it's okay. In no way am I saying that you should go out and do it right now, anything like that. I am not telling you guys to do these things at all in any way whatsoever. So now that that is done and done with something, I will talk about it. So the whole thing about using drugs in spirituality is a very old practice. I mean, I know it goes to native tribes, such as the Native Americans. I know there's, it's used in shamanism, and I know it's used in other cultures as well. But I do not know enough about what these cultures do to really tell you guys what they use it for specifically. But using drugs, not necessarily cocaine and meth or anything like that, or ecstasy or acid, not using those kinds of drugs, but using the more natural kinds of drugs like that you find in plants, such as marijuana and magic mushrooms, and there's many other kinds that I am not aware of the names. But using things like that, I don't disagree with it. I support people who do it, and just because they use it in their practice, you know, I support them if they're gonna do that. But just because I support it does not mean I would necessarily do it myself. I don't really know much about, you know, the more like DMT and LSD and those kinds of, what are they called? Psychedelic drugs. I'm not very aware on those. I don't know much about them. However, I've done extensive research on marijuana, just because the plant for a while fascinated me, and I know quite a bit more than I probably should. But I'm not going to go into that in this particular video. But if people do use them correctly and they don't abuse the particular plant or the particular drug that they are using, I believe that it is okay. And by what I mean by abusing the drug is using it every time you do a spiritual practice. Some sorts of drugs, I believe, you should use them maybe once or twice in a lifetime to have a spiritual journey, because you can do you know, they can do trippy things to you, and, you know, just because you go into these out-of-body experiences some people have had, but these trips, per se, if you will, sometimes you don't come back, and sometimes they really mess with you, and people have bad trips, and people, don't always have the greatest experience in the world. Yes, granted, people do have life-changing experiences with these things, but it's not for everyone. And you never know how your body's going to react to it, so therefore it is something to be very cautious about and something to think through very thoroughly before you attempt to do anything like this. And in certain places, it's illegal to do these certain things. So if you're going to do these things, don't be stupid about it. And, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know marijuana, because I know the most about marijuana out of all of these things, and as you guys know, certain strands of marijuana are very relaxing and help calm the mind and help you kind of ground in a sense, even though you're high. I know. Anyway, but because of this, it helps you to meditate easier, as I've read about and as I've researched. And it helps you to do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do on your own. A lot of people can think a lot better in certain ways and certain different things and such like that. I might as well just link you guys to the videos and the documentaries and the websites that I've seen as I come across them, because I have not seen them, haven't been there in a while. It's been years since I've done any research on it, so I will put the links down below when I come across them, which hopefully will be sooner than later. But again, with this, back on topic, sorry about that tangent or whatever. But getting back on topic, when you use these certain things, it heightens certain senses that you have, or certain sensations that you have. And they don't last forever, obviously, and some of them last only 15 minutes sometimes. So it's really up to you. I do not think it is a bad thing. I do not think it is necessarily a good thing either. I just think it is another way to practice. And if you do or you have used these in the past for spiritual journeys, please in the comments below put your experience, because I'm honestly very curious to what you guys have experienced, if you ever have done anything like that, because it's fascinating. Those kinds of things are. So I think that's about all I have to say on my opinion of it. Again, please, if you're going to attempt this, be very careful, and make sure you know that you've thought about it, and that you're not using it as an escape, and you're not using it as any of this, and you're just using it solely for spiritual purposes, and not using it to abuse it in any sort of way. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say on this topic. Again, please leave your experiences in the comments below, because I am very curious, and I'm sure other people are very curious, and it would be interesting. So yeah, that's about it. I hope this helped you guys, and until next time, blessed be, and bye!